Sorry for the interruption. So today's topic is all about misinformation and disinformation in the era of AI. So basically, nowadays, yes, many things are going on across the nation. Like election is in the process. So what this misinformation and disinformation will create an impact that we will take a look in this particular session, because this how reputation, how branding, how defamation may take place in this era of misinformation and disinformation, and the first and foremost thing, how to protect ourselves against such kind of incident, or against such kind of uh, crimes. That is the core theme of this particular session. So nowadays, whenever data will comes into the picture, data is one of the prime property for any organization, uh, whether it may system created data, whether it may user created data, whatever it may. Basically, the data is one of the core pillar of any system. Basically, our internet domain is divided into three different layers, as all are aware of. Like whenever uh, internet distribution will comes into the picture, it is going to divide it into three different layers: surface web versus surface web, dark web, and deep web. So here you can see the picture. I think my screen is visible. Sir, can you please confirm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So whenever we look at this particular photograph, so this is the reality of the web distribution: surface web, dark web, and deep web. Let's take an example of NFSU. And being an academic institute, NFSU is having multiple public facing documents. Like NFSU is having their own academic documents. NFSU is having their own result sheets. NFSU is having their tender documents, which they have published on the public facing websites. All this public related documents which are available on the public facing website is available on the surface web. The Google, Bing, etc. sort of portals are crawling this data from the surface web. From the statistics, we can say that yes, you can see here only 5% of data which we are accessing right now, that is available on the surface web, whereas the major part of the internet is available on the deep web and dark web. Nowadays, whenever uh, any kind of this data information will comes into the picture, yes, data can be crawled from all these three layers of the internet. So nowadays, most of the time, you might have seen that uh, 400 million user data is released on the public domain, 700 million user data is available in the public domain. So as I said, data is one of the prime property from any of the organization. Let's take an example: your Swiggy and Zomato. Now, tomorrow morning, one fine day, Swiggy decided that we don't want to continue our business in this particular Asia Pacific or Southeast Asia region, specifically in India. So what they have, because whenever you are going to install your application into the mobile device, the first thing they will ask for the user credentials. Every time, as a cybersecurity instructor, people generally ask to keep a separate password for all various kind of accounts. But it is not possible, because like if I am talking about myself, I am personally carrying 16 email accounts, and all are interlinked, and it is difficult to remember 16 passwords at a time. So uh, generally, human tendency is uh, they will keep the same password for the various accounts. So to mitigate the problem which generally human tendency is facing, they will keep the same password to the various account. Now your four information, your name, date of birth, mobile number, and email ID. These four details are nearly costing between 1.2 to $1.5 in gray market. So basically, this four information, wherever it may available, it has been crawled and sell it to the gray market. Have you ever think that if your age is between 20 to 30, you will get mails from matrimonial sites? If your age is between 20 to 40, you will get mails from uh, investment agencies. If your age is between 40 to 60, you will get mails from the retirement policies. So how these people will get to know that now your age falls between X to Y domain? So how these people will came to know that yes, your age is between 20 to 30, so your data is crucial for matrimonial sites. So as I said, this four information, based on that they will write a mechanism which can uh, highlight your credentials to the companies who are going to deal with the data sets. So mainly whenever this surface web will comes into the picture, whatever the data is available in the public domain is can be crawled from the surface web. As I said, NFSU is having public facing website. They are having multiple public facing documents which are uploaded on the front end. These documents can be accessible from the surface web. Second is deep web and dark web. Let's take an example. Um, NFSU is having their own internal ERP portal. The workbook, the service books, pay slips, all minute details about the employees, all sensitive information about the employees are posted on that particular ERP portal. And that ERP portal somewhere it has binded with the uh, internet. So even though it is encrypted data, somewhere it creates its footprint somewhere in the uh, internet. So if somebody wants to access that data set, from where they can access it, or from where they will get the footprint of that particular data set. So you can see here deep web and dark web, cloud storages, patent data, research article, legal document, financial records, dark web, from dark web, onion sites, hidden marketplace, anonymous journalism, many things you can get it from this. See, most of the time, whenever any cyber incident happens, it might be a lateral movement, it might be a privilege escalation, it might be a data theft. Generally, a hacker is going to steal the data and upload it on the dark web or deep web. As I said, basically this nearly costing around 1.2 to $1.5 in gray market. Then if see what are the modus operandi of the hacker? First, it will identify the loopholes into the system. They identify the loopholes. Based on the loopholes, they will penetrate the loopholes and going to trigger something. Then it will take the data, upload that data in the gray market wherever they are getting the handsome amount. If it is not, if the company is not ready to negotiate or data cannot be uploaded on the dark web deep web portal, then they will upload that data on the public facing websites. Pastebin is one of them. Pastebin is going to purchase the data sets and keep that data into their particular domain. So among this, how can we assure that whether our data is available in any of the data leaks or not? So for that we have haveibeenpawned.com. So this is nothing but the collaborative engine through which you can identify whether your personal data is available in any of the breach or not. So for example, I'll keep one of my colleagues' mail ID. So you can see here 18 times this particular data set got breached. 18 times the footprint of this mail ID is available in 18 types of 18 data breaches. What are those data breach? So if you scroll it down, if you dig this more, you will get multiple information over here. You can see here in October 2020, Indian grocery platform Big Basket suffered a data breach that exposed over 20 million customer records. The data includes email, IP, physical addresses, names, phone numbers, date of birth, passwords stored as Django SHA-1 hashes. So whenever front end back end will comes into the picture, see, whenever any application comes into the picture, application divided into two different layers. One is front end and second is back end. Front end is basically graphical user interface, where back end is nothing but the core data set, which is the core logic of the application, which is having core data of the application. So whenever front end is communicating with the back end, the data is going to be converted into the encrypted language, and that encrypted data is going to be stored in the back end. So whatever the data which is available in the backend of this, let's take an example of Big Basket. Whatever the data is available in the backend, that data resides in encrypted format. So here you can see the encryption has been identified by the hacker, and it is converted in from SHA-1 encryption to human readable format. So this data is available in the public domain. Any decryptor who knows the SHA-1 decryption, they can convert this data into the encrypted text to the human readable format. You can see here multiple websites, multiple data sets are being leaked, and the footprint of this data is available in the uh, there's many breaches. Domino's India is one of the biggest data breach till date across the nation. In April 2021, 13 TB users got compromised. See, whenever this compromise or data breach will comes into the picture, it might be intentionally. You can see here multiple websites got compromised during the time of COVID. So it might be possible they also sell that data to the various public facing websites or various dark web, deep web portals. If I dig this more here, you can see two types of LinkedIn. One is LinkedIn, that LinkedIn got compromised in 2016 and data was available in the public domain. And second is LinkedIn script data. Most of the MNCs, like earlier was the era where end user has to upload their we can say upload their CV or resume on a public platforms, where it can, when company can search that particular CVs, and if they identified, yes, they will select that CVs and start the interview process. Nowadays all the MNCs are having this uh, talent acquisition team, which is going to crawl the data from the LinkedIn. So on social media platforms, LinkedIn and Twitter, this two social media platform is allowing end user to create, to write a crawlers to scrape the data from the backend and convert that data into the human interpretable or human readable format. So yes, in 2021, this particular mail ID got scraped by using R or Python language, which is going to scrape the data from the surface web and convert it into the human readable format. So as I said, this is how the data is one of the prime property for any organization. So on top of this data, how to mislead the information, how to disinformation this particular data set, because whatever is available in the public domain, we believe that that is the correct information. So how can we make sure that, first of all, we need to understand what kind of what is the meaning of this misinformation and disinformation. So in today's session, we are going to identify what are the challenges to identify this, and what are the portals in this particular country that we have, where we can test whatever the information we are getting, that is genuine or not. Second challenge which we have in front of us is deepfake, deepfake videos, deepfake. Nowadays, synthetic video, synthetic audio also take place whenever this multimedia investigation multimedia based crimes will comes into the picture. So in today's session, basically we will start with the cyber threat landscape, where the where the world is going on. We will understand the global perspective, and we will understand where we are. Are we in a position to combat such kind of uh, uh, threats or not? Then we'll understand the misinformation and disinformation landscape, a global perspective with reference to quarter two of 2023. Misinformation and disinformation landscape scenario from the Indian perspective. We will take the case study. We will discuss the case study of fake news damages. Then difference between fake news and fake information. What are the initiative to identify? What are the initiative to check whether the information which has been supplied is genuine or not? What are the government of India initiatives and laws and regulations which impact uh, this misleading information? Basically, the laws are framed over here, the discussed over here, that is related to IT Act 2000 and 2008. So basically, the global trend, if I'm talking about global trend, yes, this is the overview. Uh, as a word that was alien a decade ago is now common household name and a front page newsmaker. What are the global challenges and cyber threats? We can say what are the recent cyber threats that world is facing of. So ransomware. Nowadays, earlier it was the era where the uh, flavor of encryption is decryptable, but nowadays it's a targeted attack, and the group of hackers is going to prepare um a payload which target a specific organization or specific enterprise network. DOS and DDoS are still challenged in front of the security professionals and forensic analysts. Production of child sexual exploitation material, CSAM based material, child pornographic human trafficking, card not present in the fraud, dominates payment but scheming continues. Yes, digital in this digital era, scheming, short URL. What is short URL? What are the short URL based crimes that we will see in further slides too? But yes, we can mask uh, the original link into the malicious link. We can convert original link into the malicious link, through which we can take the access of the remote system. We can take the certain information from the remote system. Cryptocurrency, cryptojacking, social engineering, and dark web, deep web markets. So these are the cyber attack trends. These are the trends where cybercrime may take place. And the challenge is where we are. Are we in a position to handle such kind of cyber threats or not? So these are the basic statistics. 243, the average number of days that attackers resides within a victim's network before detection. 76% of all network intrusions are due to compromised user credentials. 500 billion, the total potential cost of cybercrime to the global economy. 3.5 million, the average cost of data breach to a company. Basically, this is the overview of the cybercrime statistics, cyber threat statistics. Now, as I said, ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malicious software that threatens to the victim's data and perpetually block access to it unless a ransom is paid. These are the various ransomware outline. Now, the tiny URLs or shorten URLs. Shorten URLs, like in our domain, in cybersecurity domain, there is one saying like think before you click. Why it is so? Let's understand with the example of IP logger. IP logger is the technology which is going to sniff the IP addresses of the recipient, whomever is going to click that particular link. the sender may get the sender may get the IP of the receiver. So Grabify is the portal. Basically, Grabify is the portal which helps you to create this malicious link. Now let's take an example. What is hotcake in India? So let's take an example of this BBC link. Now I want to create this link as a malicious link. So I'm going to paste this link URL over here and click on the create URL. So now whatever the link has been generated, you can see my new link is this one, that is grabify.link slash some alphanumeric digits. So whomever I am going to share this particular URL, their end user IP address we will get. Let's take an example. I'm going to copy this URL. I'm going to change my browser and I myself going to hit this particular URL. So basically the URL is going to redirect me to the original website, but in the backend, if I am going to refresh my page, so you can see here, the URL is accessed by this particular IP. IP belongs to Gandhinagar, India, and it's NK in core network. So now onwards, let's take an example. If I am going to share this URL in the chat box, for example, if I am going to use this https grabify.link in one of the in this chat box and said that this is one of the crucial link for today's session. So everybody is going to click this particular URL and I am getting the IP address with locations of each and every participant. So now onwards, anything comes from Grabify, you are not going to click because you identified that yes, this is something fishy which is going to crawl my data sets. So in this particular case, yes, we are just going to now, as I said, hackers are always one step ahead than the security professionals. Basically, in most of the enterprise network, they are going to restrict this particular domain. So here we have certain facility where we can change the domain. Let's take an example. If I want to change it from the Grabify to any other portal, let's take an example of this. So you can see my new URL is HTTPS, and again, it is HTTPS because in most of the cybersecurity awareness workshop, people says that people explain the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. They explain everything. Why should not access the site which are hosted on HTTP? What are the pros and cons uh, while using the HTTP site? But here, whenever this thing, as I said, hackers are always one step ahead. So here, whenever the things will comes into the picture, they are hosted on HTTPS portal. So whenever I am going to close this, now my new URL become this. If I am going to access this URL, again, this URL is also going to redirect me on the same page. So being a security professional, what my stance? So whatever the domains I can see over here, all these domains, I'm going to restrict it. I'll create a rule in my IDS IPS or I'll create a rule in my enterprise firewalls to restrict all to restrict the requests which are received from this particular domain. Okay, so now how can we mask this URL with the genuine URL. So Google is having one services. If I go to the Google, go to create compose mail. Here we have one option called insert link. The first thing it will ask, what would you like to display? And second is, what will be the original link? So I am going to select my original link as a Grabify link. Original link as BBC link and click on OK. Now you can copy this URL and share this URL through any social media site. With use of this social media platform, you can get the IP details one by one over here. So this is the simplest example of URL based crimes. We can create a payload, we can create a remote access toolkit which can deploy in the system and fetch the data from the remote system. We can do many things whenever this shorten URL will comes into the picture. Yes, shorten URL. See, most of the time promotional mails will comes into the picture. Promotional mails force you to click somewhere through which you can get the end user may get the juicy information. So yes, shorten URL plays a major role whenever any sensitive data leak will comes into the picture. Shorten URL hide malicious link, increase the infection. More shortened URLs leading to the malicious website observed on social networking site. In most of the posts, most of the promotional posts, most of the promotional social media messages, the end user, the creator force you to click somewhere to get that data. Criminal using a social network site to perpetrate identity fraud. It might be financial, it might be espionage, it might be lottery scam, it might be job scam, it might be matrimonial scam, anything. Predators target children using social networking sites. On an average, children have 56 online friends. Most of them have never ever met in the real life. These people may share the shortened URL and try to compromise your devices. Basically, whenever this disinformation will comes into the picture, who are going to spread this disinformation? As per the statistics, fake social media accounts take the major stake in this particular domain. So 55% of fake social media accounts spread the rumors. Uh, Whenever rumor mongering based investigation may take place, the fake page, fake profile uh, might be the core in the investigation. Politicians, President Trump, you might have seen during the Trump elections. Yes, the major campaign was carried out against Hillary Clinton on Twitter, and the result is we all are aware of. Russian government, political activist group, government, Facebook, Democratic senators, news media channels, Chinese government, celebrities, CNN. Basically, second major stakeholder holder is uh, major news major news stakeholders, major news channels. Basically, as per the global stats, media trust worldwide has developed dropped by 8% between 2022 to 2023. 21% of readers believe that the newspaper are very accurate. 41% of Americans actively avoid the news. 27% of male and 26% of female news consumer believe that mainstream media reports false information most of the time. 32% of people over 65 says the mainstream media outlet spreads false news. 67% of people have come across fake news on social media, which is very strange. 35.5% of millennials read political news via Facebook. Nowadays, most of the time, any breaking news we will get to know through social media platform only. Either it may comes from WhatsApp or it may uh, came to notice while scrolling up the profile on Facebook or Instagram. In quarter two of 2021, Facebook removed 7.5 million posts that contained fake news. The very famous case is MH370. A group of Malaysian Airlines MH370 was lost somewhere at the Bermuda Triangle. A group of Malaysian hackers has claimed the wreckage of the aircraft was identified and they post a video on social media platform on Facebook basically. Whomever is going to play that particular video, their Facebook account got compromised. Afterwards, Facebook come up with the update. Now whenever you are scrolling up, whenever you are identify the account, whenever you scrolling up the profile, the video will play automatically. If you want to close a video, yes, you have to tap on the video to stop that particular video. Otherwise, whenever you are scrolling up, the video will play automatically. So that play button was the triggered, that the play button was the vulnerable. Malaysian group of hackers create a trigger on a play button. Whomever is going to click on that play button, backend, their data, their Facebook credentials got compromised. 28% of authors post both fake and true stories. Most of the time, newspaper related pages, if you have seen that, they have both kind of news, fake as well as the real one. Nowadays, most of the news channels are posted like whatever the fake news they have identified, they posted like this is the fake news. They precisely says that yes, this is the genuine news and that this is the fake news. The Indian scenario. This is the overview of the Indian scenario. Yes, in India also a media house is having nowadays media houses are much more mature. They will release both genuine as well as fake news, as I discussed earlier. NCRB data to 214% rise in cases related to the fake news and rumors. Rumor mongering is one of the biggest challenge in front of the law enforcement agencies to deal with. WhatsApp bans 26.85 lakhs accounts in the India. Fake news can become the national concern. Think 10 times before forwarding the info to the various stakeholders. Now, misinformation and disinformation in India. So misinformation and disinformation spread in media becoming a serious social challenge. It is leading to a poisonous atmosphere on the web and causing riots and lynching on the road. In the age of internet and social media era, it is serious problem as rumors, morphed images, clickbaits, motivated stories, unverified information, planted stories for various interest spread easily among 35 crore internet users in India. As I said, social media is one of the biggest platform on top of which we can launch any kind of misleading information. There have been many instances of online rumors leading to killings of innocent people. In some of the cases, ministers have been deleted tweets after realizing the fake news which they shared earlier. In India, WhatsApp is the platform most vulnerable uh, to circulate the fake news. Millions of Indians using mobile internet incorrectly, forwarding good morning messages every day, are seen as most vulnerable to fake news. Fake news damages. Popular examples in India: Muzaffarnagar riots. Muzaffarnagar riots of 2013. Fake video fooled communal passions. UNESCO has declared Janagana Mana best national anthem in the world. Dawood property is worth of rupees 15,000 CR seized in Dubai. That was published on Z News and ABP. President COVID makes Twitter debut, gains 3 million followers in an hour, and the media was and the news was published on Republic TV, Z News, and Times of India. And Notre Dame had predicted the rise of supreme leader Nadus. Dying woman molested. Show the video displayed on the Hindu. Fatwa in Saudi Arabia: men can eat wives when hungry. The news was published on Aaj Tak. GPS tracking nanochips in 2000 rupees note. Very famous news was published when demonetization was happened. Salt shortage rumors in 2016. Child kidnapping rumors lead to lynching by a mob in Jharkhand. Minister using a Russian photo to show lead electrification of the streets. Missing JNU student Najib Ahmed has joined the ISIS. So basically, these are the misleading information which is going to hit, which is going to mislead, which can be, we can say, a part of rumor mongering. Now, what are the major difference between false news and false information? The fake news, as per the Wikipedia definition, fake news is an inaccurate, sometimes sensational information that created to gain the attention, mislead the information. Uh, I got the notification like slide is not moving.
Correct, sir. Correct,
My
sir.
screen is visible, sir.
Yeah, your screen is visible. Presently, you are at misinformation and disinformation in Indian scenario. That is the slide. But remaining slides, we are not able to see, sir. Like whatever you're talking right
Sir,
now.
just a moment.
Yeah.
Can we share to the other?
Amrita ma'am, like we will ask question after the end of this session. So till then, like if you have any questions, you can keep it in the chat area. And by end of the session, we will ask the questions. Yes, sir.
Sir, can I see my slide? I am on the fake news and false information slide.
No, 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 sir. No, sir. I think there is some issue. Maybe you can just close the PPT and start
I'll
the question.
reshare it, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Now you can share the PPT, sir.
Sir, is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is coming now. It is coming. There is a delay, sir. There is a delay.
So I was on this slide, fake news and false information.
No, no, it's not visible, sir. White screen. We are getting white blank screen.
So now it's visible.
No, no, sir. No, sir.
Now, sir.
Blank screen only coming, sir. I request you to kindly share it on my WhatsApp, sir. I will display for you.
I'll do that, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sir, ma'am, in the meantime, as I told you, so I request you all register at isca.app. So we will have a quiz, within another 10-15 minutes. So I request you all register and get ready. right? ISCI.app, you please register and get ready.
Sir, I have shared my presentation, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm opening it, sir. I'm opening it, sir, right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Is it visible to you, sir?
No, sir.
Oh my God.
You were able to see actually.
Yeah, I'm okay.
We are
Yes,
able
sir.
to see.
Okay, some people are able to see, sir. I think some people are not able to see.
No, no, I mean the comments section, if you see, everybody is saying it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vidhan, sir, are you able to see, sir?
No, sir.
I think all remaining people are able to see, sir.
Okay, sir. What we will do parallelly. I'll open my presentation
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Now
sir.
I'm at fake news and fake news damages, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall we move to next slide, sir?
No, sir. Just a moment, sir. I'm going to open mine, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir, ma'am. There is some issue at system level.
Yes, sir.
We are going to start this.
So these the examples which are mentioned in this, if anybody uses WhatsApp and he is in some groups or the other, you would have seen almost everything repeating. I mean, these messages must have been seen by now by everybody, and they keep on repeating. There is a cycle, maybe of few months, then some dates may change, but again it will come.
Correct.
There are
Correct.
many such messages I have been seeing for past 6-7 years. They
Yes,
Yes,
keep on
sir.
coming with some other new message at times or the same message.
Yes,
especially
sir.
especially the Janagana
So,
Mana is always comes, sir. Every once in every 9
many,
months.
almost all of them I have seen. So go
Yes,
on,
sir.
please on, please. If you have seen, if
Yes,
you
sir.
have read
I
now, you
have
go ahead. You
rectified
go
it.
ahead, please.
So, sir, I am at slide number 12, fake news and false information.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So basically, fake news is an inaccurate, sometimes sensational information that is created to gain the attention, mislead, de- deceive, or damage a reputation. Whereas false information is a substitute of fake news is a substitute of false information. False information is a news, stories, or hoax created to deliberately misinform or deceive the readers. Fake news is a subset of false information. Now, what can be considered as a fake news? So, authentic material used in the wrong context. Fake news sites. There are multiple sites which is having the pool of fake news is. I'll discuss about how to identify whether the news which we are reading is a fake or genuine. So nowadays, most of the media house are come up with their own portal, because media house is become scrutinized engine who can verify whether whatever the content that we have seen that is genuine or not. So, sir, I am on slide number 30. That is authentic, that what can be considered as a fake news. So authentic material used in the wrong context, fake news sites, fake information, manipulated content, parody and or meme content, some of the social media viral content, deceptive and or ambiguous information. Next slide. Fake
Yes, sir.
news forums and fake news carriers. So whenever fake news forums will comes into the picture, text in regional languages, instant messages and post, photographs, videos and multimedia files. Short clips, nowadays clips are more effective than the entire live stream video. So video clips, short clips, etc. Word to word publicity or rumor mongering. Who carries this fake news? So social media platforms like YouTube, WhatsApp, Telegram, Sessions, Signals, microblogging sites like Twitter, instant messaging applications, blogs and unauthorized websites, internet trolling groups, and video sharing portals. What are the modus operandi of the uh, fake news? Creators as well as distributors. So why people create a fake news? Earn the money, get the influence, spread the fear, incite the hatred. So the modus operandi, the goal which they want to achieve are based on these four core pillars. Now, basically, as I said earlier, government of India has initiated many various portals, or nowadays media clearing houses also verify whether the news which we have seen that is a genuine or not. So PIB, Press Information Bureau, is having their own 24 by 7 uh, channel on which you can directly paste a video or paste a URL or paste a tweet or paste a particular news to get it verified whether this is genuine or not. So to approach this PIB portal, yes, Press India, Press Information Bureau, the Gmail ID is available, that is pibfactcheck@gmail.com, and Twitter handle is pib.gov.in, where you can uh, give your opinion. Second, I4C MHA is releasing their weekly manual on fact check, like which one is the correct news and which one is the fake news. Let me check. Maybe I am having that copy for this week. Let me check for that week. I'll share it on the chat portal, which is having complete detail about which one is the genuine news and which one is the fake news. Just give me a second.
Yes, sir.
So I'll share that with sir, so sir can
Good, sir.
display that on the portal.
Sir, or you please continue, sir. Like later part, we will share it with them. Not an issue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are also running out of time.
So, sir, I have already shared with you. You just share it with the participants.
Yeah, I'll share.
Next is like Uttar Pradesh police is also having Twitter handle to identify the fake news or genuine news. You have to just tag the Uttar Pradesh police, or you have to tag on your tweet or tag on your social media platform, so they will identify and get back to you whether the said information is the correct one or not. Similarly, Meghalaya Police, the portal is available over here. Gujarat Police is having dedicated portal on this fake news detection, fake news identification. Similarly, Karnataka Police is also having factcheck .ksp.gov.in portal, where you just have to upload a piece of information based on their scrutinized team, based on their team report. They will let you know whether the resources which you have uploaded that is genuine or not. Now, laws and regulations to curb this fake news in India. Basically, there is no specific law against fake news in India. Free publication of the news flows from Article 19 of the Constitution guaranteeing freedom of speech. Similarly, Press Council of India, a regulatory body, can warn, admonish, or censure the newspaper, the news agency, the editor of journalist, or the journalist, or disapprove the conduct of the editor or journalist if it finds that newspaper or news agency has violated the journalistic ethics. Similarly, News Broadcasters Association represent the private television news and current affairs broadcasters. The self-regulatory body probe complaints against the electronic media. IBF, Indian Broadcast Foundation, also look into the complaints against the content aired by various channels in India. Broadcasting Content Complaint Council, that is BCCC, admits complaints against TV broadcasters for objectionable TV content and the fake news. IPC has certain sections which could curb the fake news. Section 153 want only giving the provocation with intent to cause riot. 295 injuring or defiling place of worship with intent to insult the religion of any class can be invoked to guard against the fake news. Section 66 of IT Act 2000, if a person dishonestly or fraudulently does any act referred to in section 43, he shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years or with fine which may extend up to 5 lakhs. One more thing, from 1st July 2024 onwards, new 3 laws are going to applicable, and in this laws, uh, NFSU give their input to strengthen the IT laws within the countries. We incorporate certain newer technology which may, like cryptocurrency based investigation, AI deepfake based investigation, fake news detection, identification, and the laws related to deepfake video and fake news related things are incorporated. Civil or criminal cases for defamation is another report against fake news for individual and group hurt by the fake news. IPC section 499 for defamation and 500. Whomever defames another shall be punished with simple imprisonment for a term which may extend up to 2 years or with fine or for both. So these are the basic laws which have incorporated, which reduce uh, the tendency of fake news in India. Web-based fake, sir, I am on slide number 21. Web-based fake news verification in India. That is factchecker.in, indiatoday.in/factcheck, thelogicalind.com/factcheck, thequint.com/news/webcoof, factcheck.telangana.gov.in, factly.in, and altnews.in. These are the sites basically helps the Indian people to check whatever the content they are consuming that is genuine or not. Fake news verification by various social media sites. So Google is having toolbox.google.com. That is the separate engine which is going to identify. Basically, this platforms are taking care of the global news. WhatsApp is having their own helpline number. The number is displayed on your screen. You just type hi on that particular thing and just paste your details. Then they will get back to you whether the information which you have consumed is genuine or not. YouTube fact check channel. The URL has been displayed over here. Basically, these are the SOPs to check the fake news in text. Step 1, identify the language of the message, English, regional. Check grammatical mistakes, error, spellings, punctuational marks, context, etc. Look. Step 2, look for any author, department name, person name, signature, time if mentioned. Step 3, verify the context over search engines like Google, Bing, Yandex. Step 4, verify the person information, author information over social network and department websites. Step 5, check the credibility of the person, author profile or page over social media sites. Step 6, if message is related to any government, department, organization, verify that content over official website of respective department or the organization. Step 7, if content is in the scanned copy or photocopy, please extract the text content using OCR tool and then repeat the above steps. Step 8, ask the expert through call, mail or message for the verification. Whereas SOP for check the fake news in images. Most of the time we are getting the photographs. So how to identify whether that is genuine or not? Check the image metadata information using EXIF tool. Also verify the file signature of the image. Upload the image over the reverse image searching tool like Google Image Search, TinyEye, Photo Forensics. Step 3, check the image related to related sources over social media platform. Step 4, verify the person information, author information over the social network and departmental websites. Further, check the credibility of the person, author profile or page over the social media. Step 6, if message is related to any government, department, organization, verify that content over official website of respective department or organization. Step 7, if content is scanned copy or photocopy, please extract the text using the OCR tool and then search for the text as mentioned in the identify or verify the fake news in text format. Whereas SOP for checking the fake news in videos, we have lot of portals where you can upload it a video also. The whatever the portals we have discussed over here to identify the fake news. Yes, the videos also we can upload it on the upload on that particular portals. So for video checking, first check the metadata of the video files using EXIF tool, media info. Step 2, upload the video over reverse video searching tools like InVid, YouTube, Data Viewer, etc. Step 3, check the video related to sources over social media platforms. Reads its caption mentioned over social media. like hashtag annotations and many more. Step 4. On mobile, take a screenshot of the video, upload it on reverse image search service to see if it's published elsewhere online, like Google's image search, TinyEye, you can use for the same. Play a video in VLC like tool with slow motion. With fake video, it's relatively easy to tell when the scene is doctored if you watch in slow motion. Yes, some jump, some manipulation can be identified easily. Step 6. If the video takes place outside, use geolocation software to check whether it's actually where it claims to be. Google Earth, Wikimedia, a user annotated collection of satellite imagery. Step 7. If message is related to any government department organization, verify the content over official website of representative of that particular department. Step 8. Check the time. If object shadow visible, determine when the video was shot by checking their directions against the specific time of year using tools like sun. That could help to verify debunk a video based on its frames. Generally, these are practices which we are following in the lab infrastructure to identify video genuinity of the video. If all else fails, try doing quick search for some keywords related to the video on YouTube. Hoaxers will often pull directly from the video sharing platform using the same keywords. I remember that one of the video got viral on the Aaj Tak or many mainstream media, that is in Gurgaon, one of the hospitals, some ghost story was aired. So the video was taken somewhere from somewhere some I think I some thunderstorm video was taken where the car was toppled in the basement parking area, and that was circulated somewhere in the Delhi Gurgaon region, saying that some ghost stories are taken place in the hospitals. So yes, to identify such things, first we need to identify they took this reference from somewhere else or not. To check, we need to check a video, similar sort of videos are available in somewhere on the surface web or not. Web-based fake news verification portals, like the portals which you can see on the screen. Those are the portals which are globally used to check the information which are available, that is genuine or not. So we'll go through with the quick recap what we have discussed today. Then I'll open the house for question and queries. So we started today's session with the basics of data. So we identify that we can identify that yes, what three layers, what are the importance of data. As I said, data is one of the prime property for any organization. How people can mislead this data sets, how this data sets can be accessible in all these three layers, like surface web, dark web, and deep web. Then we take the reference of the global scenario where the cyber attack industry is going on and where we are. Are we in a position to combat against such kind of crimes or not? Uh, Second is like how can we identify whether the URL which we are getting, which we are receiving is genuine or not. So we took the reference of the shortened URLs, whether this shortened URLs plays a major role uh, whenever this news detections or cyber attack may take place. Then we started with the basic false information and misleading information concept. So what is the core of this fake news and misleading information? So we understood the topic. Then we I we understood what kind of challenges that we are having while we are dealing with the internet surface web-based activities. Afterwards, we discussed about how to detect or how to cross-check what are the portals that we have. And last, we have seen certain SOP to handle this misleading information in terms of uh, text, in terms of image, and in terms of video. So now I'm going to open the house for question and queries. So I can see multiple questions over here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And the one question is like, is there any open source tools available to detect?
Sir, whatever the information I have shared, those all are open source tools. Commercial tools like we have Medex, we have Kinesence. That is different story. That is moreover used in multimedia forensics. But whatever the things which we have discussed, whatever the portals we have discussed, those all are open source portals only.
All right, sir. And as a cybersecurity expert, what rules and regulations do you suggest to address fake news, deep fake related concerns?
See, sir, now if I'm giving my opinion with reference to the enterprise network, there is no restriction that we can create on this because this all are like, let's take an example. Uh, if you restrict one area, for example, cryptocurrency related uh, news, you are going to restrict, then some other